Our eldest girl is the second from the right, so next to the one who's laying on her back with her legs in the air. That is Tallulah, the oldest lion.
Oh, is she powerful? Wow.
Oh, Tallulah is very powerful. She used to be the one who starts fights. But yeah, she's a very powerful and strong lion, and she loves to let her keepers know who's boss and to roar at us. Now a lion's roar as well, that can travel 5 miles on a clear day. And lions are the only social cats living in this family group called a pride. As you can see, they love to lie next to each other, even on top of each other. I've seen the moment, the keeper's just trying to move her across. The furthest forward of that group is Makuzi. She's got a very sharp looking horn and she's got quite a long secondary horn. And in the middle of the two is young Bonnie. Now, can you guys remember the little rhymes I taught you in your session earlier?
Yes.
So you can see where the rhino's eyes are on the side of their head. What is the rhyme for me? Well done.
I love elephants. Look at oh, baby giraffe. Oh, a giraffe. Wait, I know this part that thing. The video giraffe. Oh my God, there's a giraffe. Look at me. Look at me. I touched a giraffe.
See, it was all worth it.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her.
How much? It's all worth it.
Oh my God, this in the zebra place, so zebras. Oh, lion. Wait, do you see a lion? Lion. I see a rhino.
Look at the zebras.
I can see the zebras there. Look.
Yeah. I see a rhino. They're camels. No, they're rhinos. No, I see a camel. There's a horse. There's a horse. I think that's a horse. That's a goat. Oh yeah, that's a goat. A goat. Oh, but look at goats. Oh my God, they're looking at us. Oh, look at that one, it's staring. They're looking at us. That one, look. Oh, that was looking at us. That's sweet. I'll touch one. But there's just biting. Nah, they died. I'm doing it right now. Oh, look! The other one tried to take the board off it. They're tackling each other. They're tackling each other. It's a porcupine. It's a porcupine. Hello, what people see? Okay, look it. The baby one. The baby. It's bed. It's being put in the hole. And the baby. Wait, where's the baby? There's a mom and a dad and a baby. You're missing the food. It's on that longer.
Oh, look at that. The whole gang is there.
Look, it's your little baby one. Look, see it. Look.
Oh, there's so many. That's the little pipe.
You into 2 groups, okay? And we're still staying together or having that workshop, and then we can have our lunch, and then at 1 o'clock we've got our actual coach safari. Okay? So.
Got it. Look at it eating. Yeah, he's not saying the food. He's like, yum, 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 yum. He's like, shut the food. Oh, yeah, I can see it. There's three. What's that glowing? That's the sea lion. No, that isn't. Oh, look at that sea lion moving. Oh, it's coming in. It is the sea lion. Oh, look at that wing. Oh my God! Imagine my food is over.
Think of the texture of these teeth. How could we describe that texture? Is it looking sharp? Is it looking pointy? I don't think so. So how could we describe these teeth?
Rusty.
Yes. Pardon?
Rusty.
Rusty. They are a bit of a rusty colour. Giraffes can't brush their teeth. They can't hold a toothbrush. So we can't expect them to brush their teeth. So remember, about 25 years old. And after she died, we buried her. And we now use her bones for educational purposes. So you wouldn't know what a giraffe skull looks like if you didn't see one like this. And there's a couple of points on this giraffe skull that I would like to highlight. First of all, to do with the eyes. Can you guys see which way are her eyes looking at the moment? Show me with your fingers on your head. Where are the eyes looking?
Forward.
Are they looking forward? Are you sure?
Sideways.
Sideways, yes. So we tend to find animals that are prey will have the eye.
And shoot them!
Up against the window. Don't elbow yourselves too far.
So I want you to show her, see her tongue.
Oh, cool.
Her tongue is 45 centimetres long. Okay, she uses that like a hand to strip the leaves off the tree. She's also grabbed that from my hand. Yes, I'll have that. So this is butternut squash. This is like giving you chocolate. Okay, it's a treat for our giraffes, but they love it. So yeah, this is Kimmy.
Owl can travel 10 kilometres. So a very long way. I don't know if you guys have tried to shout to your friend across the playground. It's very difficult to get a noise to travel a long way. And these wolves do look after each other in the family group called a pack. And our bears and our wolves do get along most of the time, but the wolves do like to try to steal the bears. Used to cars and noisy gates and keepers in the same space as him in cars telling him what to do. So this is Dimitri just on the left here. He's a very big, strong and handsome tiger.
Oh, that looks weird.
Now in tigers, usually the boys are bigger than the girls. The boys weigh up to about 220 kilos and the girls weigh up to about 200 kilos.
Wolverine
Yes, and the bears are very good climbers, so you do see them climbing trees, just like us on a ladder, as one of them is demonstrating perfectly on the next tree. Bears climb up forwards and they climb down backwards. And it means if they were to slip and fall, they'd land on their nice fluffy bare bottom and not on their head. Who is this in the tree here?
One of the trees. This is one of the trees.
This looks like Harvard in the tree here. He's our young boy bear, he's 2 years old. Yes, they're allowed to climb the trees in here. And they're also allowed to dig their own dens to sleep in. And then in this pen just on the left, this is Chuck. Chuck is our oldest boy bear. He's just having a bit of a rest. The gate to this pen is open. So this species of antelope used to be classed as extinct in the wild. And it was only last month that this was updated and they are now classed as endangered. Would you mind pausing it for a moment? I'll tell them a bit more. Amazing, thank you. So these oryx, they used to be extinct in the wild, and it was through a breeding program in Woburn and Whipsnade and a few other locations that we managed to put a population of 50 oryx into a fenced-in reserve in Northern Africa. I believe it was Namibia off the top of my head. And this population is breeding together really, really well. And they are now a population of nearly 200. So it's wide flat lips that are perfect for picking up grasses from the ground. The biggest threat to rhinos is people hunting them for their horn. And the rhino's horn is made of keratin, which is the same product as your hair and your fingernails. If you can see a rhino whose horn goes straight out, that is Miriam, she's 33 years old. Then the one that's got the largest, what we call secondary horn, so it's the second horn on their nose, that is Makuzi. And then little Bonnie is the final one, who is about 7 years old. Now just on this corner here we also have our Ankoli cattle, which are very important to the Masai Mara tribes that own these cows. So these cows, over the course of their life, and then Dakota as well. So lovely lions, 9 lions we have here. So how many boys and girls do you think are in this group? I'm giving you their names, but it doesn't necessarily make it much easier. So those of you that said 5 boys, 4 girls, you are correct. Well done.
The strong one people.
Yes, 5 boys, 4 girls that we have here, and all of our boys are age 5 or under, and all of our girls are, most of them, 3 of them are 19, which is Abby, Dakota and Tallulah, and then Zuri is 11. Windows on the left, here is Vera, just having a little walk around her territory, making sure that everything is as she left it and that Dimitri's not ruined anything for her. In the wild, tigers can patrol their territory for about 15 hours per day, so it is very, very impressive. And in the wild, only about 1 in 10 tiger hunts are successful. You might notice that the out, and then finally little Bonnie. Now rhinos, they don't have very good eyesight, so they really rely on their senses of smell and hearing to know where each other are. And rhinos can even communicate through the smell of their poo. Rhinos poo all together in a big pile called a midden. The youngest is Scout, she's very pale in colour. She is 5 years old. Just as we go over the cattle grid, look to your right, the really dark one. This is Savannah, the 26-year-old giraffe. Ahead, what's the rhyme there? Well done, you were listening. Thank you very much. You might also notice that the rhinos have got very thick and tough looking skin. A rhino's skin is nearly 1 inch thick all over, but it is still very sensitive. Worked out they could duck underneath them. Animals are smarter than we give them credit for. Now on your left here, these are Somali wild ass. If I called them donkeys, they'd be very offended, but I can see why you'd think so. They are actually closer related. There are alpacas, there are rhea, which is a South American flightless bird, and there are also emu, which are an Australian flightless bird. All the birds in here. Rhea and emu eggs, the size of them. So remember, an ostrich egg is the equivalent of 24 chicken eggs. Rhea and emu eggs are the equivalent of 12 chicken eggs. And the emu egg is my favourite because it's bright green in colour. The alpacas on the left here, our youngest one is called Wilf. He is dark brown with a white splodge on his face. And alpaca wool is a really useful fibre for us humans. We harvest it cold.
America. Let me go into this. America's over here. Over here.
Are you going back for a toilet run or are we heading out?
Can you see? Oh my God.
So we are very lucky here at Woburn Safari with their mum and their aunties. In zoos, there's a really big surplus or excess of boy lions. We have too many of them because it only takes one boy to create a lot of babies. So what this means is in zoos, you have a better view. There we go, lovely. So we've also got an elderly elephant called Yuzin. She's 44. She is in the paddock that's going to be closest to our coach in a second. And Yuzin has a little bit of a backstory. So Yuzin used to be a logging elephant. So she was used by humans to drag logs around all day long. And those logs were attached to her legs via chains. Now this isn't something we agree with, and it means later on in life Yuzin has a bit of arthritis in her ankles, bless her. But it means we let her take life at her own pace because she is retired. She retired from the logging industry nearly 20 years ago now, and she came here to Woburn Safari Park back in 2013 to be a nanny to our littlest one, Tali. So this is Yuzin just on your left here. And being an elderly elephant, we have to help her out a bit with her food because she's only got 2 teeth left. Usually they've got 4. We chop up her hay, we steam her vegetables just to make things a little bit softer and easier to eat for her. The rest of our elephants, Raj has currently got his back to us in the paddock behind Yuzin, and then over the back are our other 3 girls just in their Heathfield paddock. So our littlest one is called Tali, she's 9 years old, and then the head of the herd, Chandrika, she is 33.